why you always blow your account. The truth no one dares to face. Welcome to stealth trading. The mindset of a loser trader isn't about not knowing how to trade. It's about not being able to control yourself. I used to think I lost because I wasn't good enough. But no, I didn't blow up my account because I lacked strategy. I didn't go broke because I couldn't read a chart. I lost because I couldn't master my emotions. Every click I made came from frustration and impatience, not logic. Trading isn't like any other job. There's no boss, no salary, no teammates, just you and a cold, emotionless market. You might win a few trades at first and think you're smart, but you'll lose. You'll lose because you enter trades without clarity. You'll hold losses like a gambler, refusing to cut them because admitting you're wrong hurts more than losing the money. I used to believe that if I learned enough, I'd survive in this game. But the more I studied, the more lost I felt. Not because the knowledge was wrong, but because I had lost my cool. I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know what enough felt like. I blamed the market. I blamed the brokers. I blamed the strategy. But I forgot the most important thing. It was me. I was the real problem. I'm telling you this not to scare you, but to wake you up. Because the biggest enemy in trading is not the market. It's you. After my first big crash, I wasn't the same. I couldn't sleep. Every morning I woke up with a heavy chest, like something was pressing on me. I checked my phone the moment I opened my eyes, staring at my account balance, just hoping it hadn't gone down more. From that point on, I lived in a spiral of obsession. I didn't believe in any strategy anymore. I couldn't hear another expert's advice. I started doubting everything. And worst of all, I doubted myself. I remember sitting for hours in front of the screen, not analyzing, just hunting for one revenge trade. I wasn't trading to make money. I was trading to recover, to prove I wasn't stupid, to prove I was right, and the market was wrong. But the more I tried to recover, the more I lost. The more I tried to prove I was smart, the deeper I fell. I remember when my account was down to just a few $100s. I sat still the whole evening. No words, no thoughts, just staring at the chart, hoping it would say something to me. But it didn't. It kept moving, cold, indifferent. It didn't care who I was or what I had lost. And then I broke down in tears. Not because I missed the money, but because, for the first time, I felt completely helpless. That night, I realized something. The market doesn't need me, but I had placed my entire self-worth in it. I became dependent on each winning trade to feel like I was good enough, and every loss hit me like a declaration of failure. Trading was no longer a job. It became a mirror, reflecting every part of who I really was. Wrought, wounded, exposed. It revealed my greed. It revealed my fear. It revealed the fragile ego I had tried to hide for so long. I started over, not with a new system, but by learning how to breathe again, to sit still, to accept that sometimes staying out of the market is the smartest trade you can make. I learned to look inward. I started writing emotional journals every day. I taped 2 notes to my screen. Don't enter if there's no clear reason. You are not allowed to take revenge on the market. And slowly, I realized, to survive in this game, you don't have to be the best. You just have to be the most self-aware, the most disciplined, the one who knows when to step back. Your psychology is a silent battlefield. A daily war between your logic and your ego. No coach will train you. No teammate will back you. It's just you versus you. And if you win that fight, the market will reward you. But if you lose it, the market will take everything back without hesitation. In trading, victory isn't about beating the market. It's about defeating yourself. Every day, every trade, every second. If you're still listening, and this story resonates with you, Don't forget to like and help share this message. If you know someone who needs to hear this, share it so they don't have to lose their way. Thank you, truly. There's something I didn't realize until much later. Trading isn't simply about buying and selling. It's a silent struggle between you and the fractures within your soul. It touches the deepest part of your weakness, the one you've always tried to hide. I used to arrogantly believe that if I studied enough, I'd make money. That if I had enough strategies, I'd become a pro trader. But the market gave me a bitter lesson. No one loses because of a lack of knowledge. We lose because we can't control ourselves. I remember those days when my account was down to just a few $100s. I would sit frozen in front of the screen, not for analysis, not for opportunity, but because I didn't know where else to go. Trading had become the last refuge for a man who had lost money and direction, and I cried, alone, in silence, not because I missed the money, but because for the first time, I felt small, powerless, and, worst of all, useless. I started living inside a mental fog. I no longer trusted anyone, not systems, not charts, not even myself. All I wanted was to make it back, to prove I still had value, to prove I wasn't stupid, to prove I didn't deserve to fail like this. But the more I tried to make it back, the deeper I sank. What I didn't realize was that it was my ego that was bleeding my account dry every single day. Then one night, I sat alone. The lights were off. The red and green candles kept moving. My balance kept falling, and I felt nothing, just a cold, empty void in my chest. No one knew what I was going through, and I didn't know how I'd make it to tomorrow. That night, I finally understood. The market doesn't need me. It doesn't care how smart I am. It doesn't feel sorry for how much I've lost. But I had placed all my pride, my self-worth, and my belief into that very market. That was the real mistake. From then on, I didn't start again with a new strategy. I started again by learning how to sit still, how to breathe slowly, how to observe my own mind. I stuck a note on my screen. Don't enter a trade with a restless mind. And below it, another. Don't seek revenge on the market. It's only yourself you'll destroy. I started journaling my emotions every day. I began to talk to myself before every trade. I asked, are you taking this trade because of real opportunity, or because you're afraid of missing out? Do you want to win, or are you just trying to erase yesterday's loss? Slowly, I changed. Trading no longer became a place to prove anything. It became a mirror, reflecting every hidden corner of who I am. My greed, my fear, my ego full of pride, and the fragile inner child who had never been taught how to deal with failure. Today, I no longer need to win every day. I just need to stay aware every day, to know when to stay out, to know when to step back, and to understand that I will never be stronger than the market, but I can be stronger than the weaker version of myself. If I stay present, trading isn't for those who simply want to get rich quick. It's for souls brave enough to face the loneliness of confronting the rawest truths about themselves. No one's going to save you from your mistakes. No one's sitting beside you to stop that next wrong click. It's just you and your ego. Every trade is a wager against your own emotions. If you're lost, don't be afraid. You're not alone. I've been to rock bottom, and I climbed back up, not with a better indicator, but with better awareness. One breath at a time. In trading, winning doesn't mean you beat the market. It means you've learned how to let go of your ego. Only when you truly conquer yourself will the market finally become your ally. After long days of sitting in silence, breathing slowly, and writing down my emotions, I entered a new phase. I was no longer that man frantically chasing profits every day, no longer the one with trembling hands every time the price spiked against me. I learned to let go. I stopped fighting the market. I started having conversations with it. Each trading session wasn't a battle anymore. It became a quiet dialogue between me and the heartbeat of the financial world. I observed it moving. I didn't try to predict it. I didn't force myself into every rhythm. I was simply present, and I realized the market never creates emotions. I was the one who inflated everything. A red candle is just movement, but inside me, it became disaster. A strong pump is just volatility, but within, it sparked regret, anger, a wild urge to chase. The real enemy wasn't the market's movement. It was an untrained mind. From then on, I built a space of mindfulness within my trading. No incense, no rituals, just awareness. Before every session, I sat in stillness for 3 minutes and asked myself, what is the state of my mind today? If it was chaotic, I stayed out. If it was calm, I observed. If it was clear, then I acted. I stopped checking my phone at midnight, stopped reading chats the moment I woke up. Trading no longer hijacked every breath of my life. I reclaimed what I'd lost. The small pieces of daily peace. A full night's sleep, a meal not eaten in haste, an afternoon listening to the wind, not the widening spread. I didn't become the best trader, but I became a calmer human being. Every trade I take now is a quiet commitment, not out of greed, not out of fear, but with purpose, a plan, and a stop ID. And when you're no longer enslaved by the need to win, that's when the market starts to smile at you. It no longer feels like a storm trying to drown you. It becomes a river, and you are the one steering the boat gently along its current. No forcing, no resisting, just floating with clarity and grace. You know, trading was never a game for the quick or clever. It's a journey of mental maturity. The more you grow, the more breathable the market becomes. The calmer you are, the more sustainable the profits. In the end, trading doesn't teach you how to get rich fast. It teaches you to slow down, to take a step back and see yourself clearly, to lose without losing your soul, to win without losing your peace. Trading is a spiritual path. Each trade is a lesson in self-awareness. Not everyone will understand this, because most of us come to the market burning with the desire to make money. But only those who learn to desire less steady, less impatience, less ego, less need to always be right. Every entry is like walking into a cave. There's no guarantee of light, no promise of treasure. But one thing is certain, you'll learn something. Win or lose, the only thing you truly control is whether your mind stays steady. I stopped asking, when will I finally make $1,000 a day? And started asking, how long will I keep letting my emotions control me? Because when your mind is still shaky, even if you make money, you'll burn it all away on a hot afternoon with a hot-headed decision. Trading is not just a profession. It's a mirror, exposing the battles within, forcing you to face yourself. There is no one to save you but you. No magical mentor, no secret strategy, just quiet growth through every painful loss. And if you're brave enough to stay, trading won't just teach you how to make money. It will teach you how to live slowly, think deeply, and be content. Because in the end, the real conquest isn't the market. It's yourself. Thank you for staying with me to the end of this journey. If these words touched you, or simply made you feel a little less alone on this difficult path, then I believe we've truly connected. Stick with me for the next videos where I'll share more stories, some more painful, some more raw, but all real and full of hope. See you in the next chapter of this journey.